सेवा कराएंगे, चलेंगे शिव बाबा की मत पर, स्वर्ग धरा पर लाएंगे, हम दुनिया नहीं बनाएंगे,
हम दुनिया नहीं बनाएंगे, तन मन सेवा में लगाएंगे, चलेंगे शिव बाबा की मत पर, स्वर्ग धरा पर लाएंगे, हम दुनिया नहीं बनाएंगे।
त्याग तपस्या और सेवा विश्व में शांति लाएगी,
त्याग तपस्या और सेवा विश्व में शांति लाएगी,
युगों से प्यासी रूहें शिव से मिलन मनाएगी,
युगों से प्यासी रूहें शिव से मिलन मनाएगी,
अमृत भरे कलश से सबको दिव्य अमृत पिलाएंगे,
चलेंगे शिव बाबा की मत पर, स्वर्ग धरा पर लाएंगे, हम दुनिया नहीं बनाएंगे, हम दुनिया नहीं बनाएंगे, तन मन सेवा में लगाएंगे, चलेंगे शिव बाबा की मत पर, स्वर्ग धरा पर लाएंगे, हम दुनिया नहीं बनाएंगे।
देश धर्म और दुखियों का बनना हमें सहारा है, जन जन को पावन बना दो, शिव ने आज पुकारा है,
देश धर्म और दुखियों का बनना हमें सहारा है, जन जन को पावन बना दो, शिव ने आज पुकारा है,
बुझा हुआ हर आत्म दीपक ज्ञान की ज्योति जगाएंगे,
चलेंगे शिव बाबा की मत पर, स्वर्ग धरा पर लाएंगे, हम दुनिया नहीं बनाएंगे, हम दुनिया नहीं बनाएंगे, तन मन सेवा में लगाएंगे, चलेंगे शिव बाबा की मत पर, स्वर्ग धरा पर लाएंगे, हम दुनिया नहीं बनाएंगे।
नए विश्व अब देवलोक का करना नव निर्माण है,
नए विश्व अब देवलोक का करना नव निर्माण है,
स्वर्ग स्थापन करता शिव की देनी अब पहचान है,
स्वर्ग स्थापन करता शिव की देनी अब पहचान है,
बिछड़ी हुई हर आत्माओं को शिव से हम मिलाएंगे,
चलेंगे शिव बाबा की मत पर, स्वर्ग धरा पर लाएंगे, हम दुनिया नहीं बनाएंगे, हम दुनिया नहीं बनाएंगे, तन मन सेवा में लगाएंगे, चलेंगे शिव बाबा की मत पर, स्वर्ग धरा पर लाएंगे, हम दुनिया नहीं बनाएंगे, हम दुनिया नहीं बनाएंगे, हम दुनिया नहीं बनाएंगे।
Om Shanti, and welcome everyone once again to Wednesday evening from the Eastern Mediterranean, and special welcome to our special guest this evening. Sister Sudha is joining us from Moscow. So a warm welcome to you. You're currently muted. Sister Sudha, I cannot hear you. Yes, and we'd like to welcome you with some flowers, especially picked for you from the region of Izmir in Turkey.
Okay, thank you very much, sister. Thank you.
Sister Özlem from Izmir.
Mm.
Yes, so for those who may not know, Sister Sudha, she takes care of Baba's centers in Moscow and the Russia region. And she's been there since 1989, which is really when Baba's Seva started over there. She came to Gyan at the age of 15 and dedicated herself to service in 1976. She served and toured in many countries around the world and also spoken and partnered with various organizations to really bring many, many people close to Baba. And I've seen her over the years, mainly in Mount Abu. And one thing I think I've noticed, especially in her, is a combination of softness and strength, which I think is a real example of practical spirituality. And the topic that we have for tonight is about how to develop unshakable faith in the self. And I guess this is really the foundation of being able to do anything in human life, but especially in this life of transforming from human to angel to deity. And so we're eagerly looking forward to hearing what you have to share with us. And just a reminder, there is simultaneous translation in several languages. So just to keep the speed fairly slow, please. Okay, so thank you and welcome again.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Yogesh Bhai. And thanks to the family who have joined this session. It's always a pleasure to be able to share the personal experience and the knowledge, of course. Baba's knowledge is wonderful. So the topic, as was told, how to have unshakable faith, or how to develop unshakable faith in the self. Before Brother Yogesh began to speak, you heard the song. I think only Hindi speaking PKs could understand it and enjoy it very much. But actually, why I requested to put this song today was because this song is an expression of the theme today. It tells you very clearly about your aim and object with which we became a Brahmin and decided to remain a Brahmin and are moving on this journey to reach our destination. The song says that we will make the world new. We will use our body and mind for service. We will bring heaven on earth by following Baba Srimad. So the song speaks about the aim and object, which is very clear for us. The path is clear. The destination is clear. And the guide, our guide is Almighty. And therefore there is no question of any doubt in the self. No question of reaching our aim. We all know that nothing actually is possible in the world without faith. Even impossible tasks, become possible only with the power of faith. And we all know the importance of faith in our life. The topic selected is unshakable faith in the self. When Baba talks about faith, often Baba talks about four aspects or four different dimensions of faith. There are many, many Avyakt Murlis on this theme. And Baba speaks about faith in the self, faith in Baba, faith in drama, and faith in the family. As per my understanding, all these four aspects of faith are interconnected. Like our four subjects, all the four subjects are interconnected. If I am weak in any of the subject, it will definitely affect negatively my other three subjects. So therefore, it is very, very important to have the balance of all the four subjects. The same is with the faith. When I talk of faith in myself, it's impossible to have that unshakable faith until I have faith in Baba, faith in drama, faith in the family. Something or other will create some kind of storms in my mind, some doubts in my mind. I will lose faith in the self. And therefore, all these four are actually very much interconnected. But today, we are talking about faith in the self. When I think about this theme, so the foundation of unshakable faith in the self is our first lesson. In Hindi, Baba uses the expression, apne ko atma nishchay karo. It is often translated as consider yourself to be a soul. But if you translate that Hindi version literally, it will be have the faith that you are a soul. So this is the first thing. I am a soul. When we talk of faith in the self, and that to unshakable faith in the self, the first question comes to the mind is, do I have faith in this first lesson that I am a soul? We will, of course, say, of course, there is no doubt about it. I am a soul. I am the sentient, the conscient being. I am the one who thinks, who decides, who imagines, who makes choices, who makes efforts. I am the soul, the creator of my destiny. Do I have this faith? This is my first lesson. I am a soul. I am the soul, the master of my life, the master of my body, the creator of my destiny. So I have understood this. I am a soul, not the body. But how strong is my faith? So this faith becomes strong on the basis of two things. The first, of course, is the very logical understanding, which we were given when we came for the course. But after that, two things are awareness, and then on the basis of experiment, getting the experience. The more experienced I become, the stronger the faith is. An interesting thing is that the word experience in Hindi is called anubhav. And if you divide this word anubhav, it becomes anubhav. Anu means atom, atma, bhav, be. Anubhav, be a soul. So if I begin to experiment with this understanding that I am a soul, I keep this in my awareness. I am the user of the body. I am the master of the body. These organs of the body, they are my instruments. I go on increasing my experience. This experience actually is the foundation of faith in the self in different situations of life. And not only I am a soul, but the faith I have understood in my first lesson that I am a pure and peaceful soul. The faith in my true religion, in my true nature. I am a pure, peaceful soul. I have accepted this. I am a pure and peaceful soul. But am I a pure and peaceful soul the whole day? Again, the question of awareness, experimentation, and getting the experience. I have understood I am a point of light and that I am the resident of the highest abode, the world of silence, the world of peace, the world of light, the pure world. I am the resident of Paramdham. So when we talk of faith, faith is not only that I know. You know, we know many things. When somebody does something not right, and you talk to that person and say, don't you understand that this is not right? The answer says, I know. But then why are you doing it? Probably knows, but does not have that faith. Does not have that faith. So I know who am I, but how strong is my faith? This faith becomes strong only on the basis of experience. And that will be called the stage of soul consciousness. And this is why Brahma Baba, the day he began to understand that he is a soul, he began to practice it. So much. Writing, sitting in solitude, revising it again and again, trying to see every member of the family as a soul, And so this faith is the first and foremost thing. In this very aspect, another thing is that Baba has not only told me that you are a soul, a point of light, pure and peaceful and so on. Baba has told me about me in the entire world cycle. Baba has given me the knowledge of the self in the entire world cycle. And Baba says, become Swadarshan Chakradhari. Baba has given this knowledge. So Baba has told me about my 5 forms. Baba asks me to do this, exercise of 5 forms. So do I have faith in this, that I was a deity? I was a deity. I was worship worthy. I was completely pure. 16 celestial degrees perfect. Absolutely viceless. Completely non-violent. This strong faith. So if we ask the self, do I have this faith that 5,000 years ago I was such and such, like Sri Lakshmi, Sri Narayan? I don't remember. I was or not. So here comes the question of faith in Baba. Faith in Baba. Baba is the truth. Baba is the benefactor. Baba is knowledgeful. Baba is Trikaldarshi. He knows the 3 aspects of time. So Baba knows my whole biography of 84 births. Baba knows my whole story. So if I have faith in Baba, and Baba says that you were this, and we can understand this, on the basis of our own experience of this birth, like when children are small, they speak many things, they do different kind of things, but as they grow up, they begin to forget it. But the parents definitely remember what the children used to do in their childhood. And when the children grow up, the parents sometimes say, do you know that in your childhood you used to do like this, you used to say like this? And the child says, no, it is impossible. I could not have done this. I could not have spoken this, because the child has forgotten everything. So golden age is the childhood of entire humanity. Our parent, Shiv Baba, remembers everything. And we have forgotten. And that Shiv Baba says to us that you were 16 celestial degrees perfect. So if I have faith in Baba, the truth, the benefactor, the knower of 3 aspects of time, Baba can't deceive me. What will Baba get by deceiving me? Baba can't cheat me, So I believe in Baba's words, and on the basis of that, I began to make efforts. And therefore, the faith in this aspect comes when I see my personal transformation. First, I had faith in Baba's words, and then after that, when I began to make efforts as per Baba's Srimad, I begin to observe transformation in my life. I observe how pure I am becoming day by day, how much virtuous I am becoming, how my weaknesses are leaving me. I see this transformation. I see this practical change in me. Like when we go to study in a school, in an institute, in a university, in our first year, we are nothing. But we begin to study and we see that we have learned this, and the faith goes on becoming stronger, that I will attain my aim and object. What I want to become, I will definitely become. But maybe our parents, our teachers, they could see that in advance, that it is in us, we will become like this. They can see us because they know us from our childhood. Some astrologers tell from the very beginning that this person is going to become like that. Because in the soul, the part is recorded. So When Baba says you are deities, Baba is the greatest astrologer. And so Baba tells us, and we believe in his words, and then gradually begin to study and transform. And our faith goes on becoming stronger. Earlier, when we used to make any mistake, maybe we will try to justify it, and everybody does like that, so I also did the same thing. But now, if some mistake is done by me, immediate realization comes, I should not have done like that. I should not have spoken like that. I should not have behaved like that. What is this? This is transformation. And this says that we are the lovers of truth because we were the beings of truth. The deities are truthful. And this is why Golden Age is called the Age of Truth, Sat Yug. So we all love the truth. And so therefore this faith becomes stronger. That I was a deity and I will once again become a deity. So I think that this is the foundation of that unshakable faith in the self. Now, after that, when we move forward, what I would like to say is that sometimes, we begin to doubt in the self when we are asked to do something, some such task which we have never done before in this birth. So we are asked to do this, go and give a lecture on a stage, go and do this task, make chapatis for the whole class, or do this thing, make bhog for the bigger gathering, but I have never done it. I begin to doubt in the self whether I will be able to do it. And I say, no, sorry, I can't do it. Maybe the things will spoil, the task will spoil. Please ask somebody who is experienced. And what Baba says about it? Baba says, how will you use this formula which Baba has given to you? One step of courage of the child and 1,000 steps of help from the Father. If you do only that which you know how to do, which you have been doing earlier a number of times, there is no question of courage here. And then there is no question of getting this experience of receiving help from Baba 100 times, 1,000 times, million times. So when I accept that service, that task which I have never done before, but at the same time, I am ready to learn. I don't come in panic. Oh, no, I have never done it. How can I do it? No, I know I have never done it. But please tell me how to do it. I will definitely do it. So this faith becomes stronger when I remember Baba's versions. Have courage. Baba will help you. Have courage. Baba will help you. Baba has given me the tilak of success when I was born. Baba told me, success is your birthright. You are a victorious soul. You are a star of success. So again, the question of faith in Baba and Baba's words. And I remember here so many stories like Dadi Manohar, Dadi All-Rounder, my personal story of how I came to Russia, It's the only thing. Have courage and Baba will help you. Because after all, we have all surrendered ourselves to Baba. Baba took our responsibility. We belong to him. Surrender does not mean that we live in the center. No. Surrender is surrender from the mind, from the intellect, from the heart. Baba has taken our responsibility. We have all come in Baba's lap. So when I believe in Baba's words, when I have faith in Baba's words, I am not afraid of any new task given to me. I am ready to learn. I know that I will be mistaken somewhere. In advance, I know, but I am not afraid of that. If I don't do anything, I will not, of course, make mistake, but I will not learn anything. And I have to become 16 celestial degrees perfect. I must know everything. Whatever Baba drama offers me, I accept it. And therefore, faith in drama also plays an important role. Faith in drama says nothing new. It's nothing new. Baba says you did it many, many times. You just have to repeat it. So when will I practically use these, Baba's formulas, Baba's versions in my life if I don't begin to experiment with them? I will not gain that experience. And the third thing here is reminding the self, I am a soul, but I am not just a soul. I am an eternal soul, a hero actor who have been playing all round part in different births and playing different multiple roles in all the births. So all these sanskars are within me. I don't see myself only in this birth, but I am a hero actor. I have been playing so many roles. So their sanskars are there within me. I just need to awaken them. And this is an opportunity. If I have been given a new task for me in this birth, it is an opportunity for awakening my sleeping potential, my sleeping sanskars, which are very much needed now for Baba's task, for Baba's service. So this is another aspect of faith. And another thing which I would like to say here is that sometimes one begins to doubt in the self when one listens about very, very high goals which Baba puts in front of us in the Murli. Baba says you have to become completely pure. Today also Baba said, before you leave the body, you have to become completely pure. And we do not know when we will leave the body. Nobody has that date. And so the doubt comes, will I be able to become Sato Pradhan? Will I be able to become completely pure? I have become a Brahman. I became a Brahman many years ago, but I wasted so much time. I did not make that much effort. And now very little time is left. How will I manage? How will I manage to become that, what Baba wants me to become? Or I have performed many, many wrong actions in my life. My conscience continues to bite me that you have done so many wrong actions, and therefore there is a big burden of negative karma on your head. So is it really possible to destroy this burden of karma? Is it really possible to become Sato Pradhan? Probably it's not so much for me. I can't become. Maybe there are some other souls who can do that. So what creates doubt in the self is the past. This bitter past. I remember the Murli of 8th October. The last phrase in that Murli was before Yaad Pyar. This Gyan is such that it makes you forget everything else. This Gyan, this knowledge is such that it makes you forget everything else. And in that very Murli, Baba said that drama is accurate. Even if something wrong has happened in the past, it was in the drama. And that has passed. Therefore, don't think about it. It was in the drama, it has passed. Don't think about it. Don't become confused. Don't ask the self such questions, why, what, why I did this, what happened, how will I move forward now? Don't ask any of these questions. Forget it. Correct yourself and move forward. So sometimes the memories of the past before a Brahman life and in the Brahman life also become the reason for creating doubts in the self. But Baba himself says, past is past. Whatever was done in the drama by mistake, consciously, unconsciously, whatever happened, but it has gone. And if I realize it, that Baba has given me this blessing, that has passed, that was in the drama, but now I will create my drama. I take my life, I am the creator of my destiny. I will create my drama. And I begin to make efforts with that courage. And very truthfully, honestly, I open my heart to Baba. And Baba loves the honest heart. Baba blesses the children who may have done many wrong things, but honestly they tell to Baba. Baba gives special blessings to such children. And then after having that, gathered that courage, I begin to make effort. And when I see success, then the faith becomes even more strong. The doubts in the self finish. Baba sometimes says doubts like a hole. And from this hole, the whole energy leaks out. So we should never have doubt in the self or in Baba or in drama, etc. Now, another thing which I would like to tell here is same connected with the past to some extent, failures. Sometimes it so happens is that I tried one thing, I tried second thing, I tried third thing, I tried once, twice, thrice, many times, but every time there was a failure. I did not get success. And, then one begins to doubt in the self, probably my fortune is such, I'm not a fortunate person. I am not worthy. This is not in my fortune. My karma is such that I can't attain that what Baba wants his children to attain. But I remember here, Brother Jagdish, when once in one of his classes he said that don't accept your defeat forever. And remember that these failures are the lessons for teaching you humility. Sometimes when there is success after success, there are chances of becoming arrogant, becoming proud, and seeing other people, not with a respectful vision. So Brother Jagdish said that don't be afraid of failures. failures come in your life to teach you humility. So learn humility from if any of the failures have come in your life. And humility is the sign of greatness. Only the great people are humble. We see that how humble is Baba. You know, even Brahma Baba in the Murli says, children, I begin to eat food, I offer bhog to Baba, I put 1 spoon in my mouth. During 2 spoons, I remember, in the 3rd spoon, I forget. This is a kind of failure. But it does not mean that in the 4th spoon, I should not make effort again to remember Baba. So I do not accept this failure forever. I learn and move forward. And we all know when we were small children, how we began to, we didn't know how to sit, we didn't know how to walk, we didn't know how to jump, we didn't know how to write, we didn't know how to hold a spoon. How many times the things fall, how many times we fall, how many times it always happens. Nothing strange. And therefore, it's a part of life. It's just a part of life. And when I see these failures as a part of life, but at the same time, I'm not careless about it. I'm not careless. I love success. I want to be successful. Baba has given me the tilak of success. But I have to pass in the examinations. But if I failed sometime, okay, I will make effort again. I will make effort again. And one last thing which I would like to say here is, sometimes, one begins to have doubt in the self because there is a fear of criticism and some comments from the family. So I tell you one such example. It's from Moscow itself. Many years ago, I asked a question in the class. Few people raised their hands, and I asked one of the sisters, a Kumari, to give the answer. And she stood up, but immediately sat down. And she didn't reply, though she raised the hand. I was a little surprised. Why did it happen? I knew very firmly that this sister knows the answer to the question. And therefore, I just wanted her to speak it out. But she instantly sat down. After the class, I met her. I asked her this question. You raised the hand. You even stood up when I asked you to stand up. You wanted to reply, but you didn't reply. Why? The answer she gave it was really surprising for me. She said that when I stood up, my eyes fall on another sister. I am very afraid of her. She instantly criticizes. She passes comments and so on and so on. And therefore, I decided better not to speak. Maybe suddenly, if I am wrong, she will criticize me, she will pass comments and so on and so on. And she sat down. Can you imagine? So this fear of criticism, fear of comments by others, some negative comments, some wrong comments, some kind of a disrespectful attitude of others, it creates doubt in the self. But Baba says, recently in the Avyakt Murli, Baba said, even if somebody has the negative attitude, negative drishti, vritti, your positive, powerful, elevated drishti, vision, and vritti, attitude Your benevolent attitude will change the drishti and vritti of other souls also. So this is number one. I need to remember it. Even if there are people, old sanskars still work. All are number wise. They can't be alike. But why should I be afraid? Okay, even if I am wrong, somebody will correct me in a wrong way, maybe criticizing or scolding or some way. Baba says, okay, like that person has given you an injection, it pinches, but he has given you the medicine, the correction. You say, thank you. Thank you. I didn't know that this is not like this, but like this. So be ready for corrections. Always remember that people are different. Even if Baba recently said in the Murli that the most insults, who faced most insults? Who was defamed the most? Shiv Baba. Shiv Baba was defamed the most. Brahma Baba was defamed so much. And I have not seen any Maharathi in our yajna who did not face these situations. They didn't become Maharathi just like that. To become Maharathi, to become stronger, to become greater, you have to pass through these tests. So we should understand that these situations will come, but internally have the faith that the Brahman family is my well-wisher. This is called positive attitude. Even if there is someone in the Brahman family who criticizes, who does not love you, who does not respect you, but you still have the feeling that Brahman family is my well-wisher. Actually, internally they are, but sometimes the manners are not very right. But so if internally I believe in this, that the Brahman family is my well-wisher, so I will not mind if somebody criticizes. I will not create fear in my mind. I am ready to accept my mistakes. Anyway, we are not perfect yet. We are on a journey to perfection. We have not yet become perfect. And so if somebody gives some corrections in whatever way, so be internally thankful to that person. And I am very sure that the attitude of that person will also begin to change, and our faith will become even more strong. So I think different situations come in Brahman life. The older we become, it always happens. The higher you go on a mountain, the difficult it becomes. The difficult examinations you have to give when you go in the higher classes. So it's nothing new. It always happens. But because Baba is with me, Baba's wisdom is with me, Baba's knowledge is with me, our seniors are with us, our family is with us, and most important, our fortune is with us. Baba has told us, you are the most fortunate soul. There is no one as fortunate as you children are. You are being taught by God Himself. It's not a joke. And therefore keep on singing the song, Vah Baba Vah, Vah Drama Vah, Vah Family Vah, and Vah My Fortune Vah. Om Shanti.
And wow, Sister Sudha, wow.
Wow.
You have really given a comprehensive and full, wide-ranging sharing about faith. So let's see if anybody has a question, please do type it in the chat box. So meantime, let me just start with one which I think you've partly already touched on. But let's say someone says that they have been, let's say, struggling with a particular sanskar, they're battling with it, it doesn't transform, and they feel a bit hopeless and faithless in the self. So what to do in that situation of personal sanskar transformation if it just doesn't seem to be happening?
What I feel is that sometimes it so happens is that when we begin to make efforts for something which is little difficult for me at the moment. So there is not just one sanskar, but there are small, some other sanskars also, which are comparatively easy to transform. They are still to be transformed, but easy to transform. I will suggest that instead of focusing on that sanskar for which the soul has been struggling, better will be to focus on some other sanskars which are easy to transform. And rather, I will say Baba's method is not to focus on the old sanskar. The darkness can't be kicked out. You need to put on the light. And so Baba says that think of the opposite of that negative sanskar, that positive one, and think of its different levels, and then begin to start with the smallest level. I begin to, as today Baba said, you have to imbibe divine virtues. So just opposite that old sanskar, there is a virtue. So I begin to imbibe and pay attention on that virtue. I begin to look for that virtue in some other souls. In the Murli, when Baba gives me the method to imbibe that virtue. And I think that actually that sanskar, which is creating problem for me, troubling me, that sanskar is working because that my good sanskar has gone a little deeper. It is there, but it has taken now a negative form, and that old sanskar is troubling me. So I begin to think of its positive side and begin to pay attention on bringing that light in me, little by little, little by little, little by little, and stop struggling, because struggle makes us lose our powers. Don't struggle. Better will be to pay attention on something positive. This is what I think.
Okay. All right, so let me ask another question and also remind everyone, if you have a question, please do put it in the chat. So in Hindi, what words does Baba use for faith? So we know Nischay, and you mentioned that already. There is also the word Vishwas. What's the difference in the meaning of these words with regard to faith? Are there any other words Baba uses?
No, only these two, Nischay and Vishwas. Vishwas is trust, and Nischay is faith. So sometimes when you say self-confidence, it is translated as Atma Vishwas. So you trust yourself that you will be able to do it. Self-confidence, there's confidence also. So one sister is writing Bharosa. So when we talk of Bharosa is also another word actually. And this Bharosa generally is connected with God. So have faith in God, believe in Him, trust in Him. So Bharosa is used for that also. So they're very close to each other, when you have faith and rather trust, trust is more connected with feelings, with your heart. And faith also is connected to heart, but it is at the same time connected with understanding. So when I understand, for example, when I understand something very clearly, how this thing is to be done, so I have strong faith, everything will be okay. So it comes on with the understanding also. And sometimes we, like when we have, when we talk of parents, we don't know in our childhood who are our parents. It's a question of trust. Just trust. We believe, yes, they are our parents. Then that question of trust comes here, Vishwas. But later on, it becomes faith when we get that sustenance, that upbringing, that care, that love, and everything from them. This trust takes the form of faith. So something like this, I think.
I see. Okay, we're coming towards the end of our time. I'm just wondering if you can just maybe say a few words. What do you feel that at this time we Brahmins should be paying more attention to, seeing the changes in the last year and a half in the world, but also, in the Yagya with Dadis moving on? What do you feel should be our focus?
Mm-hmm. Baba has told many times about it, actually. The last phase of drama will require from us our powerful and benevolent drishti, vision, vritti, attitude, and sthiti, stage. Because that is the only way how we can remain unstable in different scenes of drama, and we'll be able to help others. I'm not meaning here Brahmins, but the Lokik people who will be struggling a lot and suffering a lot, will be able to help them to some extent when we are unstable and powerful. So I think that what we need to do now is more attention on my inner stage, on silence, and the real practice of silence. And that practice of silence will bring that powerful stage of purity in our vision and in our attitude. For the self, for others, for the Brahman family, and in general, for the entire world. So more and more silence practice, I think that is a must. And special attention on not on the stage of Sakshi, the detached observer, so that not to be influenced by what is happening outside. Remaining strong inside. Detachment and love. There is Sakshi stage, then this is the balance of detachment and loving. I think these two things, silence and the stage of detached observer.
Wonderful. Somebody has just thrown in one last question. Do you still have a minute or two for this?
Pardon? Yes, please.
Yeah, somebody asks, I'll just read the way it's put. How do our karmas affect our Brahmin life?
Mm-hmm. This is interconnected, life and karma. The past karma can become an obstacle in our life. Past karma can become a boost in our life. If it is a good karma, it can help me move in the Brahman life. For example, if I have been a good, very good devotee, a bhakt in this life, I have been having a lot of love for God. Or if I have been a very good student in my Lokik life, I have love for the studies. If I have been obedient, for example, in my sanskars, I've been obedient to my parents or teachers or whosoever senior to me. So it will help me, this karma will help me. It will give me a boost in my Brahman life. And if if I have been careless, for example, in my before I became a Brahmin, and if I have been doing something wrong, it can become an obstacle in my Brahmin life, of course. But if it becomes a boost, positive karma, it's great. If it becomes an obstacle, we should not be afraid of them. Baba has given us the title, the destroyer of obstacles. The obstacles come because of external situations. Obstacles come because of our sanskars. Obstacles come because of our past karmic accounts. But we need not be afraid of obstacles. We need to overcome these obstacles. And Baba is giving us the methods for that. And special attention on karma. Very special attention. Because Baba says, because of this karmic account, there are sanskars and the thoughts will come. But don't allow these thoughts to come into action. Special attention on karma now. This will, what you call, neutralize my past negative karma. And then gradually that burden will reduce. And second thing is, I go on purposely doing some elevated karma. I remember one of the Murlis of Baba, in which Baba said that with this body, not exactly this body, but with the body during our past births and in this birth, we have done a number of wrong actions. And now use this body for doing charitable actions. Do the service of the yajna with this body too. Use it. Do some positive karma using this body. It's very, very important. This is why Baba says all the three, body, mind, and wealth, all the three kind of services are needed. If you can't do because of your aged body or sick body or whatever, a big thing, but you can do small, but definitely do it. So that positive karma will also reduce the burden of the negative karma, and then these obstacles will gradually begin to finish.
Thank you so much, Sister Sudha. You really answered things with great clarity. And it's time to say Dobre Noci to you.
Okay.
But before that, we're going to ask everyone to go to gallery view, open the cameras so you can see